G'day team, Mr. Minerals here for our weekly training tip. Today we're going to cover off on the Kettlebell Snatch and a couple of tips and points to remember when executing the Kettlebell Snatch well. Okay, first up we look at prerequisites. Are we ready to snatch in our training program? Okay, the things we want to use as our precursors is a single arm swing, as the snatch is a ballistic movement. We also want to look at our get up and for our overhead strength and our pressing strength as well in our kettlebell press. So if we haven't got these three moves down pat with our technique and strength levels, our snatch probably isn't ready to be introduced into the program just yet. For my guys that are learning, if they've got a reasonable amount of pressing strength and they can handle a get up quite well, I normally get them to drop down a bell size to learn the snatch, just so I keep the shoulder in a nice safe position and get them used to the movement. But sometimes with kettlebell training, the load that you have can give you the right amount of feedback if it is weighted correctly. Okay, with our setup guys, it's exactly the same as a single arm swing, where we have that bell pointing to the opposite foot to what we want to swing, and it's on the instep of the side we're swinging. Okay, still the same catchwords apply: hip hinge, hands on, set shoulder, shift weight to the heel, and off we go. The first drill we're going to use to learn the snatch today is our pop, pull, punch drill, which emphasises the hip snap being the pop, the high pull of the bell, getting the bell into position, and then the punch being the punch through the bell at the top. Now, with the pull of the bell, we're looking to tame what's called tame the arc with that kettlebell on the way up, because it isn't a single arm swing anymore. Okay, so when we bring that bell up, we're going to use the force projected from the pop, and then we're going to use our arm to steer that bell into the correct high pull position. Now this is going to be in between, probably your single arm swing and in between your clean. So when we come up, we just want to look at that bell pulling up just to roughly forehead height, so we can get into that position to then punch through. Okay, let's have a look at it. Okay, so you can see there guys, the pull came a bit higher than the swing, and then the punch through came after our pull mechanism from the high pull punching through. Now if we're having trouble with the bell slapping our forearm, we can punch through that open hand, and that helps that bell slip over to the heel of the palm and fit in nicely at the top position, and that'll look something like this. Okay, there you have it guys, so open hand, and we can start to emphasise all these in our pop, pull, punch drill. So from the side, it's going to look like this. There you have it guys, pop, pull, punch. Don't forget, taming the arc, keeping that bell closer to the body than the single arm swing, and also punching open hand to stop that bell slapping on the wrist. Okay, coming from the top, if you're not confident to take that load all the way from the drop, we can lower down into the rack position, and then we can absorb with the hips and resume our practice. Until we're ready to drop that bell from the top, we can use that in our pop, pull, punch drill. And then we can also practice lowering separately. So we can get that bell up from the top, lowering down, staying as tall as possible for as long as possible. Don't break early at the hips, absorbing with that hip snap back into the hip hinge pattern, and then placing the bell on the floor. Facing down. Okay, so that's our lowering from the top. If we're not confident in that pop, pull, punch drill, we can have that bell up at the top, lowering down to the rack, and then resuming our practice or placing on the floor. So there you have it guys, your prerequisites: squat, swing, and get up. Sorry, press, swing, and get up. Drop down a bell size until you nail that technique. Don't forget your setup's the same as your single arm swing. Pop, pull, punch drill, swing, high pull, snatch. Tame the arc, keeping that bell close. Punch with an open hand to the top, and practice that lowering from the top using that nice, easy catch with the hips and placing down until we're ready to start snatching for the full mechanism. Here's a snapshot of what snatching 4 reps looks like. there you have it, guys. Okay, quick note on grip. You're going to have to do what's called grip skipping over that bell so it doesn't tear your hands apart. So when we pop that bell from the top, catching it in the hook of the hand grip, catching that bell, and then punching through open hands so it comes over the heel of the palm so we don't tear those calluses off, guys. Don't over grip the bell and squeeze the bejesus out of it. There you have it, guys. Technique, setup, tips, and some catchwords and tips to use when learning the snatch. Tune in next week for another weekly training tip. And don't forget, less is more.